Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on Tropical Storm Fred. As you can see, Tropical Storm Fred has really gone through some convection. Looks a lot better. Winds of 50 miles an hour. Currently, aircraft reconnaissance is in there right now. They found an air pressure, I believe, of 993 millibars. Currently, the Hurricane Watchman believes this could have winds much stronger of about between 60 and 65 miles per hour is currently what we are thinking. I'm going to zoom in and kind of show y'all. Well, since I looked at it last, it has moved farther south, so you can't actually see the air pressure. But they did find an air pressure of 993 millibars, but they're still watching and looking for the center circulation there. They're in Grace right now, not really finding a center circulation, as you can clearly see. But currently, that is what we're going to be. We're going to mainly be talking about Tropical Storm Fred, because that is a storm that is going to be impacting land, the mainland United States. Here is the high resolution. As you can see, we're having, there it is. You can see that convection right there. You can really see the outflow. Tropical Storm Fred looks incredible this morning, but it is not moving very fast. If I could go to the National Hurricane Center, maybe. Oh, yeah, there it is. I'm going to talk about the speed of Fred and the fact that Fred isn't moving very fast. Tropical Storm Fred, Intermediate Advisory number 27A, National Weather Service. So, heavy rainfall and a dangerous storm surge expected along the coast of the Florida Panhandle and Big Bend later today. So it's got winds of about 50 miles an hour, but it's only moving north at 9 miles an hour. So it is not moving very fast at all. Here's the forecast track. This is still what we're seeing. They still think this could be making landfall with 60 to 70 miles an hour. I mean, with how it's looking right now and the speed it is, it's around 90 miles from landfall, and it's moving at 9 miles an hour. It's got like a while till it makes landfall. So later tonight, it's going to make landfall, is what I think. So again, we're going to be talking about the heavy rain. We're going to be talking about the gusty winds. So again, all the way from the Alabama-Florida border all the way down there farther south is what we're going to be dealing with in terms of a storm surge. We could be seeing storm surges high as 3 to 5 feet. That is water above normally dry grounds from the ocean. And so this is going to come in and it's going to bring a lot of heavy rain. It's going to bring in a lot of gusty winds. And it's going to bring in a lot of storm surge, unfortunately. So I wanted to talk about rainfall. Okay, rainfall is still going to be a pretty big threat. We're still talking 4 to 6 inches of rain along the parts of the near Destin and near Apalachicola, Florida, just to the west of Tallahassee there. So they're going to be seeing 4 to 6 inches of rain. And so there's still going to be a lot of heavy rain, and it's going to be moving all up. You even see here in parts of northern Georgia, far western South Carolina, western Tennessee, is going to be still seeing 2 to 4 inches, or no, I should say 4 to 6 inches of rain in some of those areas. So a lot of heavy rain is still going to be a threat. Flash flooding potential currently is a moderate chance. And then again up here near northern Georgia, western South Carolina, and southwest North Carolina, there's still going to see a moderate chance of heavy flooding. And this goes all the way up, all the way up the eastern part of the United States. I mean, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It goes all the way up the East Coast, all the way up even into New York and parts of New Hampshire, and so it's going to be producing a lot of heavy rain. That's going to be the problem. Okay, we're going to be dealing with a lot of heavy rain from this storm. Key messages. I'm going to talk about the key messages that the National Hurricane Center has brought out. Through Tuesday, heavy rainfall may lead to, this is the first one. Okay. Heavy rainfall may lead to flash, urban, and small stream and isolated river flooding impacts across the southeast United States. By the middle of the week, Fred lifts northward and inland. Heavy rainfall and flooding will impact the southern and central Appalachians and Piedmont of the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. So again, flooding is not going to be, this isn't just going to affect the coast or where it makes landfall. It doesn't just end there. It goes up and all the way through not only just the southern part of Florida or the Panhandle, but the United States. Multiple states are going to be getting affected. Flooding, severe, probably even catastrophic flooding. This could be actually a really bad storm based on what they're saying in terms of flooding. Just the flooding alone can do an incredible amount of damage. The main reason Katrina was so dangerous was because of the flooding. The reason Harvey was so dangerous was because of the flooding. It always comes down to the flooding. Yes, heavy wind, like when you had Hurricane Harvey, or when you had Hurricane Michael making landfall, you did have winds of 160 miles an hour. That was incredible. Hurricane Dorian, 185 miles an hour. That was catastrophic, but you still had the storm surge. So it's very, very dangerous. And speaking of storm surge, the next thing that we're going to be talking about in terms of things that we need to watch out for is the storm surge. Storm surge inundation is possible along portions of the coast of Florida Panhandle from the Florida Big Bend region, and the storm surge warning is in effect for that area. And then these areas will follow any advice given by the local officials. So, like I said, storm surge is also going to be a problem. Not only flooding in this area, but storm surge. I mean, 4 to 6 inches of rain in this region, plus when we're seeing a lot of storm surge in this area. And then, tropical storm conditions are expected to land this morning, and they've already started. The discussion just kind of talks about they have an aircraft reconnaissance. They're just sort of talking about the wind and rain from this storm. They do say it's going to peak at 60 miles an hour here in the next 12 hours, which I honestly think it's already at 60 miles per hour. So I want to go to Zoom Earth and sort of talk about the heavy rainfall. All right. Oh yes, and there's Linda down there. Still a hurricane down there. Here's that hurricane. Hurricane. Jesus. Here's Tropical Storm Fred. Just kind of want to talk about, you can already see that heavy rain moving into Apalachicola. Make sure this is just in the past 3 hours, actually. You can already see heavy rain moving to Apalachicola, just to the south of Mobile, Alabama over there. Moving to Tallahassee. So an incredible amount of heavy rain. You can clearly pick out where that center of circulation is. Just move this right here. Yes, you can clearly pick out where that center of circulation is. I'll move this right here. Here's the center of circulation right there. We're getting all of this sort of moving in this direction. And so once this moves up here, you're going to have this trailing northward. Okay, so that's why we're going to be having a lot of heavy rain, mainly to the east of the center of circulation, because you have this trailing onshore flow, if I can say that, onshore flow from the storm, bringing heavy rain in this region. Air hunters find Fred intensifying and located a little farther east. Alright, let me actually look at that right now. Go back. Oh, what are they saying about this right now? Yep, 60 miles an hour right now. Let's go to the National Hurricane Center. We just got an update here from the National Hurricane Center. At 7:30 a.m., hurricane hunters find Fred intensifying a little farther east. Data from Air Force Reserve aircraft. I don't even know what I'm saying. Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that Fred is intensifying this morning and now has maximum sustained winds of near 60 miles an hour, which an estimated minimum central pressure of 993 millibars. Data from the Aircraft National Weather Service and Doppler radar moving north at 10 miles an hour. A little bit faster than what it was doing a little bit earlier ago, but still 10 miles an hour is not very, very fast. That was the 7:30 a.m. update. It's still only about 80 miles south-southwest of Apalachicola, Florida. So that's really what we want to just talk about, is really the fact that we have this storm developing. It's got winds of now 60 miles an hour. Winds are 60 miles an hour. Conditions are beginning to deteriorate there in Florida. We're going to continue to do updates as much as I possibly can throughout the day. Heavy rain and flooding will continue. Hopefully, by the time I can still do an update by sometime later today. And continue to talk about this, especially when this storm begins to approach and make landfall. So I am, in my opinion, I am really worried about the fact that there's going to be a lot of flooding. And so the storm is definitely on our mind. We're going to be definitely watching Tropical Storm Fred as it continues to intensify. And we could be seeing this still make landfall, I think, with winds of about 70 miles an hour. Excuse me. Is my general opinion. Given that what we're seeing, the intensification and the rate that's intensifying, at 4 a.m. it was 60 miles an hour, and then this morning it's now at 50 miles an hour. 4 a.m. now it's at 60 miles an hour. So I mean, we could easily see we're now seeing a moderate or strong tropical storm approaching Florida right now. So heavy rain and strong winds is definitely gonna be a problem for the Florida coast right now. The same area that got affected by Elsa. Again, this is farther to the west, but again, now producing heavy rain in the Fort Bend area, which is the same area that Elsa made landfall, and so that area is going to get flooded again from another tropical system. So honestly, it's not looking very good. So yeah, very, very dangerous. Lots of heavy rain and lots of flooding. So, well, we're probably going to end this video off here. This has been your update from the Hurricane Watch Team on Tropical Storm Fred. As you can actually see some more pink in that storm, indicating that that storm is definitely intensifying. I'm going to show you some satellite. Just want to show you this high resolution satellite here. You can really see that storm is really intensifying. Excuse me, and it's making landfall there. Going to be making landfall here in the next several hours. Going to be making landfall here probably this evening, is in my opinion. But this has been your latest update on the Tropical Storm Fred. Heavy rain and flooding will occur. As always, stay safe, and we will talk to you later today. So that being said, peace out.